Drop a stone and it falls. Strike a spark and you get fire. At its core, the universe is governed by a profound, unbroken chain of cause and effect. Every action has a reaction. Every outcome is the result of 1,000 invisible conditions aligning perfectly. If you could see every single cause in the universe, you would know every single effect. But we can't. And in that gap, between the vastness of reality and the limits of our own minds, we invented a word. We called it uncertainty. Where was uncertainty actually born? It didn't come from the universe. The universe knows exactly what it's doing. Uncertainty was born in us. It stems from our most fundamental human needs, the need to survive, the need for safety, the need to avoid suffering. To fulfill those needs, humans had to know what was going to happen next. We needed to know when the river would flood, when the herd would migrate, and what actions would bring us peace instead of pain. When we couldn't see the causes, we felt vulnerable. Uncertainty isn't just a math problem. Originally, uncertainty was fear. For thousands of years, we didn't have modern mathematics to deal with this, but we weren't helpless. We used intuition. We built deep traditions. Today, it's easy to dismiss ancient traditions as just stories, but that is a mistake. These traditions were incredibly powerful. They were the result of generations of humans observing cause and effect. By watching the stars, the seasons, the behavior of animals, and the consequences of human actions, our ancestors built profound systems of understanding. They recognized that if you align yourself with the natural laws of cause and effect, you reduce suffering. You do better. They didn't have equations, but they had wisdom. But as human societies grew, as trade expanded, as civilizations became vastly interconnected, the web of cause and effect became too dense for the naked eye. There were simply too many variables. We needed a new way to understand our reality. We needed a new language to deal with the things we couldn't fully see. That is why humans invented probability. Probability was never meant to be a crystal ball. It was never meant to predict the future perfectly, because to do that, you would have to be a god who can see every single cause in the universe. Instead, probability is a tool for mapping our own ignorance. When a system says there is a 70% chance of rain, it is not saying the universe is random. The universe has already decided if it will rain based on temperature, pressure, and wind. What we are really saying is, based on the causes we can see, the effect leans this way. But there are causes we cannot see. Probability is not a machine for predicting the future. It is a structured, rational way to admit what we do not know. Today, probability runs the modern world. It powers our weather models, our medicine, and the artificial intelligence systems that shape our daily lives. We use it to build bridges and route airplanes. But the fundamental human condition hasn't changed. We are still driven by those basic needs: safety, survival, understanding. We are still sitting inside an infinite web of cause and effect, trying to make the best decisions we can with limited vision. Most people think probability is just a branch of mathematics, a tool for casinos or algorithms. But at its root, probability is a philosophy. It is a profound act of humility. It starts with a simple admission: I cannot see everything. I do not know the whole truth. But rather than freezing in fear or relying on blind guesses, we found a way to move forward. We found a way to measure the shadows. Because uncertainty is not a flaw in reality. It is simply the edge of our understanding. And learning how to walk gracefully along that edge may be the most important skill humanity ever developed.